So let's just jump into it. Gunpowder plot is loading. I might need to adjust the screen a bit more, we will see. We will see how it looks in game.
The dimensional modulator on the blinker now. Air in the pipes.
Doctor! Doctor!
Oh, it's you two. Whatever's the matter? Look, if they don't have crispy duck.
Doctor, open the door now!
All right. Hold on to your wonton.
Crispy duck and egg fried rice, was it?
I think you better shut the door, Doctor. I give up. We come to the Lau dynasty for a nice bowl of wonton and crispy duck and exactly how did you manage to upset the locals?
Let's just say the Lau Palace turned out not to be a restaurant.
Of course not. It's a palace. Which would explain the Imperial Guards hurling spears, I suppose. Maybe we should make this a takeaway. I hope you left Emperor Chanzo a good tip.
Yeah, use more salt.
Maybe just need some new valves. Doctor, what's... Don't panic, just above. Hold you straight, really.
What with?
Another spaceship!
Oh!
That's new.
And there comes the intro. Very, very lovely. Now I have to say I'm quite surprised by the design choices of Rory Williams. He looks nothing like his real life counterpart. Amy and the Doctor, they look quite alright, but the design of Rory looks a bit goofy, to be honest.
Ooh. It's rather pretty, don't you think?
Is it real? I mean, is it really there?
Of course it is. It's a dimensional lesion. I'll show you. You see? It's a portal.
But what's it doing in the Tardis?
Caused by the impact with that alien ship, I'd say. Rory, pass me the Sonic, will you? And don't throw it!
Sorry.
Duh.
Interdimensional pressure differential. No worries, you can go and get it.
Me?
I can't go, obviously. I have to stay here and make sure the lesion doesn't close on you.
Close on me.
Hurry up! What's the Doctor without his sonic screwdriver? Inscrutable. Go! Go! Go!
Interesting. Will we play as Rory? We will. Nice. Controls should be the same, but oh my god, look at this face. He looks definitely interesting. Look at Doctor over there. Need to get the Sonic first. Well, yeah. I don't know if this 5th episode also has collectibles like the previous ones, but I guess we will see. The resolution seems to be alright on the screen, so I think we can just proceed and explore the environment, which is very, very bright orange. What's this? When you get close to something of interest. Okay. Oh,
Rory, perhaps you'd better hurry. This lesion looks a bit unstable.
Good to know.
I'll be the one to stay safely in the TARDIS.
So far I don't see anything that would look like a collectible or something, so I will assume that there aren't any collectibles. Some glowing item, yeah. A screwdriver. Now to get back to the Tardis, and I will make an assumption that before we get there,
It's
it will
always me who
close,
has to do these things.
and that will be the interesting part of the story where Rory is trapped in some dimension. We shall see. But yeah, this is brand new to me. I don't recall ever playing this 5th chapter, so it will be quite interesting. Let's see. Oh, we actually managed to get
Right,
back on
Amy,
board.
we're going to have to fix this lesion properly. We need a dimensional equalizer.
And have you got one?
No, of course I haven't. There's no such thing.
Well, that's useful then.
But I'm the doctor. I can make one, can't I? I just need a Cardanium vortex tuner and a Zardak holofield trap.
And have you got those?
Of course I have, in the drawing room. Now, hurry up and find them and put them together for me.
Okay. So it's time to play as Amy, I assume. That's kind of nice that you get to play as all 3
Now,
characters.
Where can I find the hollow doodah and the vortex, whatchamacallit?
It's like there are some new things since we were here the last time in the... What was the episode? 3rd episode, I think, the Tardis one. For the Doctor's Scarf. I think this is the same lore bit that we've already seen. With the Madame Nostradamus. Yeah. This, on the other hand, is new. I think. Cybermen first appeared in the 10th planet, although at the South Pole rather than North Pole in episode 2 of the Adventure Games. The 10th planet was the first Doctor's last episode, and the first time a regeneration was seen on screen. And I think I already seen this lore at some point in the previous episodes. That's nice. Cricket ball is the same. This is one of the parts we need. Sonic Blaster I remember seeing. I remember seeing this too. This is probably the same. This is also the same. I do love Blazing Fire, says Amy. Cyberman chest piece. That's the same lore as the Cyberman helmet. Distress beacon. That's from the 2nd episode of Adventure Games. Can open up. That's the holofield. Let's wait for picking that up. This was also in the previous episodes. This is new though. Dr. Script. A good man goes to war. We learned that not only did the Doctor have a cot which he'd used as an infant, but he'd been carrying it around the cosmos in the Tardis. The Doctor pulled it out of storage when he believed it would be useful for baby Melody, little knowing the infant was actually a Gengar. The cot carries Gallifreyan inscriptions, and the back of it resembles the headwear worn by Time Lords during ceremonies on their home planet. I kind of wish the cot was actually Susan's and not the Doctor's, because that would make probably a bit more sense in the story overall, and it would also make sense why the Doctor decided to keep it in Tardis for sentimental value. But what can you do, I suppose? But yeah, that would be a cool thing if that was Susan's instead of the Doctor's. That's from the 1st episode of Adventure Games. Time Glass is a device found on the planet Apalupia which enables people in one time stream to observe and interact with people in another time stream, which is moving at a faster pace. It was used on Apollopeia by the families of people who had caught the terminal illness Gen 7. The unaffected could watch their loved ones live out a full and happy life. For them, an entire lifetime. For the observers, a mere 24 hours. That's from the episode, which I do remember. Book of Weeping Angels. I remember reading that. The Dalek Eye, that's also something we already seen. Can we use the door? We cannot. Okay. So overall, I don't think there is much new in this room. Although this is new. Psychic container. Time Lords have used many different forms of communication. One of the most extraordinary has been the psychic container. We first saw one in the war games. The Doctor mentally transferred information into the device, which in turn passed the data to the Time Lords on Gallifrey. Years later, the Doctor's friend, the Corsair, used a similar cube to contact him asking for help. Sadly, by the time it reached the Tardis, the Corsair was already dead. Which is really sad, but I loved the episode with the Tardis becoming human for a little bit. That was quite interesting to see. And the fob watch we already see. Okay, so let's assemble the thing that we need to assemble. Now to combine these things together and take them to the back to the Doctor. Some items in your inventory can be combined to make a new item. To do this, open up your inventory by pressing space. Okay, let's see. Chopsticks, vortex tuner, combine this with this.
Okay, so thing A connects to thing B, sort of, and you know, hey presto! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you thing C?
Yes, Amy is the most technologically advanced on board, apparently. She can create stuff as if she was the Doctor. You love to see it. And to leave.
Oh, good work, Bob. Efficiency. That's what I like to see.
Well, I try.
Close the lesion. Use the left mouse button to connect the particles in the order shown. Each stitch must cross the central tier. Is this the... this is new. We need to connect this to this, I suppose like that. Oh, that's not so bad.
Works pretty well, even if I do say so myself.
Doctor? What's this?
It's a subtemporal distress signal from another ship.
Oh, the one we bumped?
Honestly, it was nothing more than a ding. Well, we better go and take a look. Exchange insurance details. Ah, smell that. London.
Oh, it smells like something died.
Well, of course, it's 1605. You don't think they got bubonic plague because everything was clean, do you?
Bubonic plague?
Are you worried? I'm not worried. I'm a doctor, you're a nurse. Besides, 1605 was a quiet year for the plague. Only around 400 people died from it.
So we're in London, but where?
Isn't it obvious? Underground.
I was hoping for something more specific.
You want something specific? I'll be specific. We've got a problem.
How did that get here?
I'm afraid we brought it here. It's a byproduct of our scrape with that alien ship.
Oh, a scrape now, is it? I thought it was just a bump.
Point is, this probably isn't the only one, and they're being generated by the proximity of the Tardis and whatever we bumped into, which is fine. And we can't go until we've found that ship, and meanwhile this lesion is highly unstable, and if I'm not careful it could swallow up the whole of London.
I'll get you the equalizer thing.
It's going to take a bit more than that. So, you two try and find that ship while I deal with this. And remember, the Lao Dynasty was 400 years ago. That's when that ship crashed. Wherever we are, this is probably built on top of it.
Okay, Doctor.
And Pons, be careful.
Alright. Intriguing. Seems like we are playing once again with Amy and Rory as well. I can apparently talk
London
with him.
in the 17th century. That must be full of pomp and colour. And we get stuck in a cellar. Typical.
Okay. Bike, hurdle. Jacobin life, wattled hurdle. A wattled hurdle is a frame or sledge made of woven twigs or branches. One of the plotters, Everard Digby, was found guilty of high treason and dragged on a wattled hurdle through the streets of London to his place of execution. Cannot talk with the doctor just yet. Oh, we can see the inside of the Tardis. It's quite lovely. You can see the... oh my god, they actually nailed the look of the inside being bigger on the... yeah, you can't even tell that the Tardis is like... you can even go in. Oh my god, that's actually a really cool effect, I must say. I like it. Now, I don't see any collectibles in here, and I don't suppose we can like explore the Tardis or anything, but this is definitely a cool effect. It's so seamless. I wonder how this was created on the engine, because this is really cool. I really like how they made the Tardis. Really cool. It's a really cool detail.
Well, after everything the 17th century has to offer, at least an alien spaceship feels like familiar territory.
So I don't know if that is like collectibles or something, but there is a door, and the door is locked.
In the end, it always comes down to the place falling in around our ears. In the end, it always comes down to the place falling in around our ears.
Like Rory doesn't have much to say. But yeah, I'm kind of like mind blown by how they managed to capture the Tardis in the game. It really feels nice to see it work properly. I don't think that was the case in the previous 4 episodes, which is probably why I am so mind blown by how it looks and such. But yeah, let's proceed.
The time is nearly upon us. Soon, the false king will be dead, and England will rejoice again in God's pleasure.
A great day for all. Now, come. We have business with our brothers.
Stealth.
They sound suspicious. Let's see where they're heading.
Okay.
Oh, these old creaking corridors make some noises that would make the dead shiver.
Do you think we can trust everyone?
We were all chosen because we can be trusted. Do not doubt that.
Interesting. We are supposed to follow them, but I do kind of want to explore.
I trust you left your house in order? God is on our side in this endeavor, but even his work may take a heavy toll. Who is to say which of us will see the morning?
I did as you asked.
Good. Your family deserve the future we will bring them.
I will assume that if we follow them, Eventually we will be free to explore. Oh, what's this? Jacobean life rosary. Rosaries are a symbol of the Catholic faith. It was illegal to practice Catholicism, but Catholics in England had expected James to be more tolerant of them. James, however, continued to imprison Catholics for their faith. This so angered some Catholics that they decided to kill James and put his daughter Elizabeth on the throne. Interesting. Okay, seems like we are slowly following them in circles.
Ugh, another rat. I hate the filthy things. This town is infested.
Ease your fear, my friend. The rats were born to the sewers, but there is far worse vermin in the halls of the monarch. But soon we will destroy them, and the king rat upon which they all depend.
Then pray to God they take these unholy brethren with them.
There must be some way to find out what these dodgy characters are up to.
Veiled Lantern Guy Fawkes is said to have been carrying a lantern on his arrest in the cellars of the Houses of Parliament when the Gunpowder plot was discovered. The lantern was made of sheet iron with a holder for a candle inside and a hinged door. The door had a window made of horn in it through which the light would glow. The lantern was an inner cylinder which could be rotated in order to conceal the light and also the user. Interesting. I guess there will be a lot of lore related to the Gunpowder plot and such, since this is the year. Door is locked from the other side. Seems like we will deal with some Dark Souls. We need to find a way to open it from the other side, I suppose. Amy, shoot away the rats. Now we can explore, I assume. Fork and spoon. People didn't begin to eat with forks until the early 17th century. There was a lot of resistance to the fork. It was considered a newfangled invention from abroad. Most people ate with their fingers and carried around their own knife if they needed to cut things up. Princess Elizabeth. The plotters planned to make Princess Elizabeth the new head of state to replace King James I. This portrait was painted when she was 7. Women wore frames under their dresses which gave them a unique shape. Royalty dressed to impress. Clothes were an important status symbol. Dresses were decorated with needlework, embroidery, and with jewels. A fan was used to ward off foul smells. So what they are saying is that she was smelly.
There is something about you that those rats find irresistible.
Get lost!
Amy's got some cheese in her pockets, is my assumption.
Huh. That's strange. That torch, it's flickering like air's rushing past.
Oh, that's quite interesting. That's for sure. Oh. There appears to be a door, but I can't find a handle. There is a tiny hole set into the stone. We can use the chopsticks on it apparently, so... I think this is the way to go. I hope I didn't miss anything. In fact, let me quickly scooch over to the previously visited locations and let me double check if we indeed have everything we need. Since there was lots of corridors. Oh, we cannot. I see. We cannot explore. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I am not missing anything because I might as well look around properly, you know. But seems like exploration isn't the way to go, so we will just proceed through the secret passage. And we shall see where this will lead us. Something to examine. Let's see.
Lady Winters, your beauty illuminates even these dank surroundings.
Enough of your flattery, Catesby. Is all set?
I'm a lady. It is. Tomorrow the Protestant king will come to open his parliament above us, and will be welcomed by 41 kegs of gunpowder.
Oh my god. We're under the Houses of Parliament. It's 1605 and this is the Gunpowder plot.
It will be my honor to light the fuse.
And he must be
Guy Fawkes.
You and your men have done well, Catesby.
It is God's work to remove this imposter king. Our plans were in motion before you joined us, my lady. But your presence has brightened our toils.
Who the hell is that cheesy creep?
Sir Robert Catesby, I think. He was the brains. The thing I want to know is who's she?
Lady Winters.
There wasn't any Lady Winters. The plotters were all men.
We have all been given a paper detailing the group's final meeting tonight. We shall rendezvous as planned.
We've got to find out what's really going on here. We need that bit of paper.
Is it just
You
me
create
or
a distraction. I'll grab the paper.
does the lady have green screen eyes for some reason? I don't know if that's a bug or if that's a feature. It looked like she had green screen eyes.
We need to get our hands on that document.
But yeah, hello Bonix. Nice to see you arrive. You missed the intro and the story beginning, but basically we crashed into some other ship which created a portal, and now we are in the Gunpowder plot. While the doctor is trying to fix the portal that appeared. Also, we got to explore the Tardis, which was bigger on the inside, and it was really nicely implemented into the game. I was kind of blown away by the dimensions of how they managed to make the Tardis actually smaller on the outside. So that was fun. Okay.
I'll wait by that door. If you can create a distraction to bring them out of the other one, I can try and get that paper.
Okay. A distraction. This is the plotter who's really scared of rats. How does Amy know that he is really scared of rats? Let's put this on him. It's the cheese.
Right! What in heaven's name is going on here?
Guido, the rats! They're everywhere! The filthy devils!
Fool. Ignore them. We have a job to do. Come on.
Milady, I know we do what we do for God and for England. But I want you to know, if I'm not destined to survive these proceedings, I shall carry the memory of your sweet face to heaven.
All I ask, Fawkes, is that you raise that place above us to ruin.
She does have green eyes. Green screen lady.
Did you see that? Her eyes glowed.
We need to tell the doctor about this.
We need to get our hands on that document. Right, take him the paper and tell him what's going on. I'm gonna keep an eye on Lady Gaga.
Okay, just be careful, alright?
You too.
Also nice to see you dance. Also, you probably cannot tell, but that's Rory. His character design looks quite rough, but it do be Rory. Now we are outside. With green screen 3 as well. Interesting.
Let's see where you're headed, Green Lady, with your glowing eyes.
Follow the green screen lady. But first thing first, let me pick up some flowers. A packet of lavender should help mask the horrible smells around here. Sure. Oh, the tree also has some blue screen mixed with the green screen. Now I know I need to follow the lady, but I am exploring. I don't see much else.
Where are you going?
She's going to the green screen convention, I assume. What the heck is this? Looks like a disco ball. Which is a bit weird to see in the year that we are currently residing in. She went this way, right? I think. What's behind this fence? Oh. Clay pipe. Men and women, rich and poor, would all smoke, using long-stemmed clay pipes. Tobacco was viewed as a medicine, and people thought smoking was good for their health. James, I was strongly opposed to people smoking. He said it was hateful to the nose, harmful to the brain, and dangerous to the lungs. James first. I don't know why I said James I. There should be a dot behind the I to make it obvious it's James first. But okay. Yeah, actually, when I was just a little kid, I still remember seeing ads in the television where doctors were promoting smoking and such. Which is kind of funny now when you look back at it. For obvious reasons. I have no idea where the green screen lady went. I do like the sky though, looks very nice. She must have went somewhere this way, but where? I don't... Oh, we can use the controller. Okay. I will use the controller. I prefer playing with controller when I am streaming for some reason. No time for chit chat. I need to find out where Winters is going. Okay. I don't know why, but I prefer using controller when I am streaming because it just feels more native to me during streams. But when I don't stream, I usually prefer keyboard and mouse, which is kind of interesting. I think it's mainly because the controller doesn't make too much noise that the microphone picks up, while the keyboard is quite loud. How do I, with the controller, examine stuff? With this, okay. Chamber pot. Most buildings did not have a toilet as we know it today. People used chamber pots when they wanted to go to the toilet. The chamber pot was then emptied into a privy in the backyard, or sometimes just thrown out of the window into the street. People emptied chamber pots out of bedroom windows with a cry of Gardez-vous. This is said to be a corruption of the French Regardez-vous, meaning look out for the water. People used to be quite disgusting back in the day, that's true.
Where are you going?
Oh, this fella looks interesting. Sadly, Amy doesn't wanna chit-chat with anyone. This fella has a interesting looking hat. We cannot chit-chat with him though. Swaddling cloth. Young babies up to about 12 months old were wrapped in linen bandages or swaddled. Swaddling clothes were used not only to keep babies warm, but wrapping their limbs up tightly was also thought to keep babies safe, because they couldn't move. It was also believed that babies' arms and legs needed to be kept straight so that they would grow properly. It's a bit rough. Cabbage. Meat was a luxury and people only had one cooked meal a day, usually made from grain or vegetables. It was a bit like porridge but called pottage. Carrots were white until much later when they were dyed orange by the Dutch. Raw fruit was believed to cause sickness. Oranges were cooked as they were thought to be poisonous. Interesting. What's this? Another flower. Why are we picking flowers? We have enough time to pick up flowers, but not enough time to chit-chat, apparently. Interesting. Merchant. Will we be able to buy some swords? Maybe some skins for the CSGO. Tyburn Tree. The Tyburn Tree was a huge triangular construction from which criminals were hanged. It was an astonishing death. 100,000 people might be watching. Hangings were a big public festival. The rich rented upper-story rooms in houses and pubs so that they could get the best views. When the hangman had done the hanging, he would sell the rope. This is maybe where we get the saying, money for old rope. Is this something? That's just a broken bucket. I have no idea where the lady went, by the way. I assume it was this way, so let's go this way. Don't see anything of interest anyway. If I see something, I will check it out. So far it doesn't seem like there is much going on. Just some cool historical facts, I suppose. She went this way. It seems like a dead end, to be honest. Let's see. Might take a while to find her since I wasn't paying attention where she went. I was paying attention to the green screen trees and such. Amy said she's sure she went this way. There she is. Okay.
Right, Gizmos, do your thing. Excellent. Less than excellent. Amy?
Oh my God!
Amy! Amy!
Thanks, Doctor, but now what's the plan?
Plan? I'm sorry, saving you from being fried to a crisp is as far as I got. A plan. Interesting idea. Ah, yes! Sensitive to high-frequency noise. Well done, Pond.
That alien looks like the alien from Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Which is quite interesting. So finally we get to play as the Doctor also, which is nice. I'm not sure...
Well, Doctor?
Well, what?
Well, how do you stop a great big angry flying jellyfish?
It's not a jellyfish, Amy. Jellyfish generally swim in water, not thin air. And they don't shapeshift either. No, that's a root. And it's been a while since I last ran into them. Let me think a second.
I could use maybe something. Apparently you cannot pick what you want to use with the controller. Psychic paper. That won't work. It gave me the prompt to talk with it, but apparently we cannot talk with it. Let's see. Let's use the psychic.
Stop that!
Stop that right now. I'll have you know that I'm...
Right now, I'll have you know that I'm...
Psychic paper isn't the way to go. My assumption is that you need to correctly pick one of these three items. Let's use the sonic screwdriver.
Fingernails on a chalkboard. No one can stop that. After her! Come on!
She did it again.
I hate shapeshifters. They never play fair in a chase.
What was that?
A Rutan. I'm afraid that must have been what we bumped into. A Rutan ship.
So what do they want with Guy Fawkes?
Guy Fawkes? Guido?
We saw him. Me and Rory, down in the cellars. Those cellars are under Parliament. This is 1605, Doctor. November 5th, 1605.
Yes, I know all that.
You know?
Remember the 5th of November? How could I forget? What I don't know is why Rutan would be getting pally with them. And the real problem is that it might not just be Rutans. The thing about aliens is, they're never as careful as they think they are. People notice stuff, all sorts of stuff. Odd stuff, strange stuff. Come on, Pond, let's go and find the word on the... smelly street. Ugh.
Can I scan you? That's not going to be effective, apparently. Also not. Also not. Well, it was worth a try. Some probing action, you know. There is a pond. Maybe it's a relative of Amy. Oh, let's see. I guess we just need to explore. Ooh. I better close it. Okay.
Doctor, what's wrong with him?
He looks catatonic. No doubt a result of encountering the lesion.
What, you mean the Legion did this to him?
No, his brain did this to him. This is a London town crier in 1605. His brain has no point of reference for something like this. He's never seen a temporal portal before, so when his brain can't cope, it closes down.
Interesting. Okay, close the lesion. Let's see, can we do this with the controller? Nope, we need to use the mouse. This will go into this, probably into that. This. Was easy.
Sir, I must thank you. This strange wonder has me bewitched. It is like some gateway to another realm.
Tell me what you know about these gateways.
Little enough. I went looking for the truth behind the wild stories that young Charlie told me. And then, before I know what, a great many of these gateways appeared about the streets, and it worries me greatly.
Charlie? Who's Charlie?
A young orphan.
Charlie
who
these
came to me
nuts.
with stories of travelling through these strange gateways to the house of the Green Lady.
Got him.
So what about this Green Lady? Who is she?
I haven't seen her myself, but everyone talks of an apparition of a well-to-do lady, beautiful to look at, who wanders the streets after dark. She is dressed in green, and some say her eyes glow like emeralds lit with cold fire. Others say she appears and disappears before your eyes.
Okay.
You said there were more of these gateways. Where are they?
There are 2 others I know of. I can take you to them if you wish.
Okay, Amy, I'm going to go with this Sterling fellow and see if I can deal with the other legions round here before they tear London apart.
And what about me?
See if you can find out more about this Charlie chappie. Chat to people, get the goss. You're good at that.
Okay. Time to resume the Amy Pond video game. As I was expecting, to be fair. We have some plants in our inventory. I assume we will need to cook up some potion or something, otherwise I don't know why would we be able to pick up flowers.
I'm looking for Charlie. Have you seen him?
You stay away from me. I ain't talking to no strangers. You might give me the plague.
He runs like a freaking train.
Good evening, miss. I am Alice Flowers, purveyor of fine herbal remedies.
Hello, Alice. My name's Amy. I don't suppose you've noticed anything out of the ordinary going on, have you?
Always, my dear. There's never a dull moment in London town.
Right.
I'm looking for Charlie. Have you seen him?
Indeed I have, miss. I saw him only last night, white as a sheet and soaked to the skin. Looked like he'd been scared half to death. Young Barnaby is a close friend. He may know of his whereabouts.
Okay.
Tell me about Barnaby.
Another urchin, but a much sadder story than Charlie's. Plague took away his family, they say, and left him with a terror of the pestilence. You'll find him wandering these streets, but don't expect much sense from him.
Makes sense. That's probably the boy that ran away.
Tell me about Barnaby.
I already told you. Plague took away his family, they say,
Can I skip this?
and left him with a terror of the pestilence.
Apparently
You'll
not.
find him wandering these streets, but don't expect much sense from him.
How about okay, I need to
What remedies do you have
mouse.
for the plague?
For the plague, I make posies which can mask the poison vapours and prevent its spread. For other ailments, I make salves and poultices that you apply to the body.
Posies.
Posies? You mean flowers?
A posy is a small bag containing a mixture of 3 herbs. Bring me bergamot, comfrey and lavender, and I can make you one.
Ah. Okay. What's the ones that we have? Bergamot, lavender. What was the other one we needed?
Hello again, Amy.
I already forgot.
Posies? You mean flowers?
I already told you. A posy is a small bag containing a mixture
Comfrey.
of 3 herbs. Bring me bergamot, comfrey and lavender, and I can make you one.
Okay, we need to find comfrey. Somewhere. We found it already. You know, do we need to combine it? Let's see. Apparently not. Let's pick with her.
Hello
Now we
again,
have all
Amy.
3
Just
flowers.
put the herbs into the bowl so I can give them a good mix.
Sure. Lavender. Bergamot. And the freaking comfrey.
Just need to mix them all up and crush them a little to release the perfume.
Okay.
There we go. One sweet posy for your delicate, pretty young nose.
Thank you very much. I assume we will need it for something later. Let's see. Thank you for the nut. And the bomb as well. Loading screen. Oh, this brings us back here, I see. I suppose just in case we forgot to pick up the flower in here earlier. Cannot go back into the underground. Thank you for the leaking time, as always, and everything else. I don't think there is anything else to do in that particular spot. I will assume that our main goal at the moment is to find the boy. So let's do our best to try to find him. Might take a while.
So, what's the gossip on the streets?
Please, I'm in a rush.
Wow, she's in a rush. Where is she rushing? Okay. I don't see the boy anywhere. Oh, there he is.
I told you, miss, I ain't talking to no strangers what might have the plague.
He probably knows something useful. I just need to overcome his fear of plague. Let's use the freaking... Let's use the freaking chopsticks on him. That didn't work. Okay. The posy then.
Here, take this posy. Can we talk now?
Thanks, miss. Maybe you ain't got the plague, but you got a downright strange accent, and you can't be too careful. What do you want to know?
I want to know about Charlie.
Hey, I hear you're a friend of Charlie. Can, you help me find him?
I don't know where he is. Last I saw him, he reckoned he'd found a way into the Green Lady's house. Said something about some big tunnels near Parliament, and treasure there up for grabs. I don't know how right he was, but he was desperate to find a way of helping Annie. Asked me to look after her while he was away. I ain't seen him since.
You're an orphan. That's got to be so hard. How do you manage?
Well, I've done all right. When my mum and dad passed on with the sickness, I got sent to the parish. It's what happens to kids when their folks go. But there's nothing for me there, so I ran away and ended up on the streets. But I'm quick. People never catch me, so I'll make enough to get by.
Makes sense.
A young boy like you shouldn't be pickpocketing and stealing. It's wrong, and it's dangerous.
Of course it's dangerous. And I'll be in trouble if the watch catch me. I'm fit to work, you see. So if they find me, it'll be a flogging, then sent back to my parish. The poor laws ain't kind to folks like me. But they've got to catch me first, haven't they?
That's awful. You're too young to be living on the streets. You should be at school. Isn't there one you could go to?
School, miss? Not me.
But you've got to have an education. There must be somewhere you can learn how to read and write.
I ain't got the money for no school, miss. Like my folks couldn't send me to petty school when I was young. Anyway, letters and stuff. They're for the toffs and churchmen. And even if I did get into one of them free grammar schools, how would I make money to eat and stuff?
Fair enough, I suppose.
So, let me get this straight. Green Lady's so-called house, big tunnel near Parliament, missing Charlie. Oh, I hope the doctor can make sense of all this.
Amy is confused.
Here we go, sir. It's around that corner. Excuse me if I don't accompany you. After my previous experience, I have little stomach for sorcery.
Very well then. Another disco ball over here. How do I... Oh, I need to climb to it, I see. Interesting. The other side of this legion seems to be around a white dwarf, somewhere in the vicinity of the Lightfoot Imperium. Lightfoot Imperium? That sounds familiar. But I'm not too sure from where. And to close another legion. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Actually, no, let's do it like this. You know what? That won't work, I don't think. Unless we do it like this. Go down. I need to find a different route. Okay. Maybe if we do it from there over here. This could work, maybe. No. Maybe this first one is kind of giving me troubles, you know, because it's in a weird spot. There we go. That was the hardest
Very well
so
done,
far.
sir. I must say I'm impressed with your skill with the arcane arts. Now follow me to the next one.
Thank you for the waffle. How do I... what? Gravel? A handful of gravel might come in useful for something, perhaps? Well, it could, I suppose, it could. How am I supposed to... Oh, there is a door. The door is barred from the other side. It's too low-tech for the Sonic to open. But it looks like there is someone at home. Oh. That's why we need the grabber.
All right, all right. What do you want?
It's all right, Margaret. This here is a man on the king's business.
I don't care if it's the risen lord himself. Get lost.
Let's show her the paper.
I think this might help.
He showed it to the freaking wall instead
Sorry,
of her.
sir. Sorry. Right away.
Oh, that was easy. Nice. I didn't expect that to work actually. Kind of funny.
Come in, sir. Welcome. Come in, sir. Welcome. Come in, sir. Welcome.
Well, I suppose it's time to do another one of these. Okay, so will this one be easier or harder? Actually, let me start with this one over here. Ooh, okay. That was easy. Easier than the previous one.
Ah, Doctor, there you are.
Of course I'm here. I'm having way too much fun to be anywhere else. Now, what do we know about Charlie?
They say he's been following Winters to her house.
Her house? Interesting. That might mean he knows where her ship is. But do we know where Charlie is?
He's disappeared. Last time anyone saw him, he was wet and had been underground, near Parliament.
Do you know anywhere like this, Mr. Plum?
Sounds like the drains. Vile place, dark, filthy and crawling with rats.
Sounds lovely. Who in their right mind would go down there?
I guess it's time to go down there. So be interesting.
Why do all these tunnels have to look the same? Doctor, where are you? Oh, fresh air. Well, at least that's better. A bit. What the heck was all that about? Look, whoever you are, listen. We have to get out of here now.
I am Black Rob, Sergeant at Arms and Keeper of the Doors. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Yeah, later. Right now, you see those guys? Well, they are Sontarans, and they are very, very bad news. Come on.
Field Major Karsh, I have a prisoner.
So, the human thinks it can subvert our plans here in this London city, and report back to its Rutan masters that the Sontarans have discovered their plan.
Look, mate, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never even heard of a Rutan.
Do not try to be clever with me, human. It will only cause you more pain. Why else would you be down here, if you were not in the service of the Rutan host? We know their ship lies here somewhere.
Listen, maybe if you told me what was going on.
The Sontaran Empire has been at war with the Rutan host for 50,000 years. Every Sontaran is pledged to Sontar to seek out and destroy its enemies.
So what are the Sontarans doing in London?
We have detected the distress signal of a Rutan ship. A Rutan ship for which both the Empire and the host themselves have been searching for 400 years. It is somewhere near here.
400 years? What's so special about it?
It contains something of strategic value to both sides.
So, what's going to happen to me now?
Prisoners of war are always useful. For experimental purposes.
What?
We Sontarans pride ourselves in our lack of complacency. We are always looking for a better way to kill. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a route and ship to find.
Nice to see
Watch him
Sontarans. Nice to see Sontarans, that's for sure. We can examine the gate. The grate won't open. How about the other one? I've snapped off an old rusty bolt, another yank and the gate will open. Okay, that's the way to go then. Before we do
What
so...
do you think you're doing?
Sorry, there was a fly.
It's a sewer. There are bound to be many flies. Now get back.
He doesn't wanna talk with us. Very well then, let's get out of here.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there.
It was
Get
easy.
back, traitor. You'll stay here until we decide what to do with you.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
At least I know you're still thinking of me.
He seems to have something on the back of his neck. What do I have? I have a rusty bolt, blank document. I think I know what we must do. We must open this.
Just like a rat, eh? Trying to escape down stinky corridors. Now back in the corner.
And then when we get over here, we just need to sneak up on him and use the bolt, I assume. That won't work. We can also... There we go. That was easy.
Sir, I am in your debt. The enchantment put upon me by those bald devils seems lifted.
Black Rod? Oh, is that your name? I knew a Ginger Gavin when I was a kid.
That is not my name, it is my title. I am the Gentleman Usher of the Black Rod to the Parliament of His Majesty King James I. I am charged with keeping the peace within the walls of Parliament and guarding its treasures and secrets from those traitors who would steal them away.
How did you get caught by the Sontarans?
I was investigating rumors of another plot to kill the king. Twice already there have been Catholic plots to remove him from the throne. There were whispers of a sinister presence in the halls beneath Parliament. When I came to search out the truth, I was confronted by those devils. And somehow they took me in their thrall.
They're not actually devils. They're called Sontarans. They come from another planet.
Another planet? I don't understand.
All you need to know is they're the enemy.
King
James, that's the Scottish one, yeah?
Indeed. King James was James VI of Scotland. Queen Elizabeth had no direct heirs, but James's great-grandmother was the elder sister of Henry VIII, and thus the succession passed to him.
Tell me more about Parliament?
The Parliament of England sits in the Palace of Westminster, and is formed of two houses, the Commons and the Lords. Each sit to discuss and ratify laws that are passed, as well as give assent when our monarch wishes to raise taxes.
What traitors would those be, then?
Threats to the crown come from many quarters. Spies of foreign nations, and a threat from Catholics within our own borders is constant.
Spies? It's a bit early for James Bond, isn't it?
Bond? James Bond? You confuse me, sir. Is this man a spy?
Oh, it's all right. He's on our side.
These days it is hard to be sure who is on whose side. England is wealthy and jealously coveted by our neighbors, and the Catholic threat is a constant danger to the realm.
Do you know how to get us out of here?
I do indeed. But we must proceed with caution.
Well. Wow, he runs quite fast. Okay. It was interesting dialogue, not much to say about that. I am quite happy to see Sontarans in this game. Very, very lovely.
Follow me. Don't get spotted.
Okay. Something white over there. Looks a bit sus.
Wait for my signal, then come towards me. Follow me.
Well, this fella for sure knows how to sleep. That's nice.
Nearly there. You're doing well.
Be quite fast. Running for his life, I suppose. Oh, he got spotted. Did he die? He didn't. Somehow he survived. Which is surprising. He is so dead. Oh shit, okay. I wish we could bonk them from behind. That would be fun. They got that weak spot in the back of their decks, if I remember correctly. Do we have a hammer? No. Okay, let's proceed.
Now, down this way and we shall be safe.
If you say so. Yeah, so far quite interesting.
Where are we going? I have to get back to my wife and the doctor. He'll sort out what's going on here, I promise you.
Find your friends. Do your duty. Allow me to do mine. Protect the king's office.
That's beautiful.
The ceremonial mace. The symbol of our sovereign freedom. It must never fall into the hands of those bald devils below.
Right. Time to get this paper to the doctor. Those are the Sontarans.
Really? Well, thank you for pointing that out.
I was coming to tell you about them. According to Field Major Karsh, the crash ship is Rutan. They're at war against them.
Hang on, since when did you get so chatty with the Sontarans?
Yeah, well, they captured me.
Didn't get the paper, did they?
Ta-da! It's details of the plotters' meeting.
Really?
There's nothing there.
Oh, don't be so negative. Nothing there. Negative. Get it?
Anyway, I got the mind control device out of Blackrod's neck, and now he's hiding in his treasure room up in Parliament.
The treasure room?
It's behind a secret panel. The ceremonial mace and all this other stuff is in there.
Right. Well, let's see what secrets this piece of paper has for us.
Interesting, we are back in this room for some reason. New objective, infiltrate the Gunpowder plot.
Do you think it might be invisible ink?
Quite possibly. 10 out of 10 and a jammy dodger too for Amy. Alternatively, it might have a micromolecular encoding sequence, but that would need a subatomic televiewer to read. Luckily, the This smells of lemons.
All this fuss over a blank piece of paper?
Is it blank? Or is it just that you can't see what's on it?
Doctor, I can see there's nothing on it.
That's what you think. Did you know that chickens can see in infrared light?
Good for them. But what's that got to do with anything?
You'll find out.
Okay. So we need to combine the thing with something in this room. Maybe the time glass, although I don't know how that would relate to it. Nope. Maybe the Dalek eye stalk. Though that seems unlikely. Maybe the fireplace, now that I think about it, because there are some inks that only show up when you heat them up. Oh my
Look
god.
at this. It reads, "Be at the Duck and Drake on London Bridge for 9 of the hour."
Are you really gonna go?
Yes. I feel a bout of infiltration coming on, maybe even some dressing up. You two, on the other hand, have to find that Rutan ship before the Sontarans, and we have to get that ship off Earth to get rid of those lesions. Right, let's get on with it.
That's easy. Interesting cutscene. Saving. Okay. Let's see. Let me look. Oh, that looks interesting. Obviously, some visuals aren't quite there, but this looks interesting. Pillory. All kinds of crimes were punished in public, and the pillory was a common punishment. The culprit's head, wrists, and sometimes ankles were clamped into wooden frames standing in a public place, like a market. The victim would be ridiculed by passerbys who might throw rotten food or even stones at them. We probably get our modern word pillory, where someone is verbally attacked or ridiculed publicly from this punishment. Interesting. Nowadays, these things are used for something completely different, which is also kind of interesting. Gibbet. A gibbet was a metal frame in which the bodies of executed criminals were displayed. The general idea behind public executions was to set an example to everyone else. The worst method was live gibbeting, when the criminal, usually a murderer, was suspended in the cage and left to starve to death. Well, it do be like that sometimes. Something like that happened in one of the... What was the game? I remember one game had... You were in the cage somewhere and you had to escape because you were like directly beneath like sun or something. So you were cooking to death and you needed to escape. I forgot the name of it, but it was quite interesting. Also nice to see you jump.
Please, I'm in a rush.
Everyone is in a rush, apparently. For some reason. There is an invisible wall over here for some reason. Interesting.
That looks like Robert Catesby, the leader of the plotters.
Okay. Nine Men's Morris board. Nine Men's Morris is one of the world's oldest board games. Each player has 9 pieces of men, which move among the board's 24 spots. The object of the game is to leave the opposing player with fewer than 3 men. 9 Men's Morris boards were often engraved on tables in pubs. Some have even been found in churches. Oh, it's this thing. Oh, I remember this board game. It's a good game.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
We have nothing to say to you, stranger.
Okay, let me show you my paper. Did it work? I don't think it did.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
So our message reached King Philip. Thank the Lord. You can be of great service to the cause. Well met. It is good to see an ally in these dangerous times. If you truly believe in the cause, there is a small task you could do for me.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Dealing with Parliament is only the first part of our plan. At the same time, we must secure a new monarch to place upon the throne of England. In order to achieve this, I need you to find me a sleeping draught.
What was it you wanted me to find again?
Sleeping draught. A herbal preparation to put a child to sleep.
That shouldn't be too hard to find.
Tell me a little about yourself.
There's little to tell. I was born a Catholic. I have known all my life the Protestant intolerance of those who worship in the true church. 4 years ago, I stood alongside the Earl of Essex in his rebellion against Queen Elizabeth.
The rebellion was a failure. What happened to you?
I was imprisoned and fined 4,000 marks. At which time I was forced to sell my estate. I have been preparing for the removal of the Protestant monarch ever since.
Okay. Thank you for the pie.
What in fuck's name are you doing? Oh!
So you're numero uno among the plotters, is that right?
I am the leader of this great venture. It was I who brought these like-minded fellows together, and it is I who drew up the plan.
And what is the plan?
On the morrow, the heretic James and his lackeys will, by the grace of God, be sent to their maker via several £100 of powder that shall be lit when he arrives to open that den of vipers he calls a parliament. At the same time, the rest of us will ride for the Midlands, where we shall kidnap the Princess Elizabeth and proclaim her as our new Catholic queen. On hearing this, the hidden and oppressed Catholics shall rise up and flock to our banner. Without its leaders, the Protestant will be cast down.
Why this plot? Why now?
Because enough is enough. I do not do this for glory or profit. I do it because it is just and right.
So we need to find the sleeping thingies. I remember seeing a sleeping flower somewhere. So this is the Kendrake.
That's Guy Fawkes, in the flesh.
Well, before I...
Thomas Percy, one of the Gunpowder plotters.
I need to find the sleeping thingy. I don't remember where it was located, but it's probably not over here, if I had to guess. Later, roads were poor, more like tracks than the roads we have today, so it was difficult to transport goods from place to place. People could travel by horse, if they owned one, or be carried around in a litter. But for most people, the only way to get around was on foot. You could also hire a carriage to get around the streets of London, but There were only 4 carriages available when the service started in 1588. Interesting. Potatoes. The potato, which was first grown in South America, was brought from the West Indies back to England by Spanish sailors. People were suspicious of potatoes because they looked like the plant deadly nightshade and so were fed only to the animals.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, so my question then is, where do we find the plant? I guess they didn't want to tell. Oh my god. Let's try again. It won't let me. Never mind. Maybe we need to talk with the other fellas as well.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
Our business is of no concern to you, stranger.
I keep forgetting I need to use this.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
Impeccable credentials, sir. It is an honor to have you join us. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. A, discreet favor.
Okay. Another one that needs our help.
And what favor would that be?
My job was to obtain a parliamentary seal. I was returning from the successful mission when some pickpocket called Barnaby had a way with it. If you can retrieve it from the villain, then I would be most grateful, but above all, do not tell Catesby.
Okay. That's the little boy, I think. We should be able to do that easily.
Tell me a little about yourself.
I am Thomas Percy. I have been many things in my time, a soldier and adventurer. Indeed, I even played my part in seating the Scottish king on our English throne.
Then why are you part of the plan to kill him?
Because James has reneged on his promises of tolerance towards the Catholics. I told Catesby a year ago I would kill the king with my own bare hands if I had the chance. He asked me to bide my time, because he has a plan.
Okay.
So tell me about your plan.
If you require detail, you should speak to Catesby. I do not concern myself with the minutiae of plans. I put my faith in God.
So we need sleeping thingy magic and we need paper from the orphan, I think.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
Welcome, brother, welcome. A brother of the true faith. How is King Philip?
Oh, he's in fine form. Always got a lovely tan. It's all that Spanish sun, I suppose, and the oranges and the paella. He does love his paella. Anyway, glad to be of service, Guido. I can call you that, can't I?
Sir, the timing of your arrival is good fortune itself, for the clock ticks, and there is a task at hand that requires one such as yourself.
Okay.
And what task did you have in mind?
In a fit of healthy paranoia, believing I might be under suspicion by the king's men, I disposed of a reel of fuse wire over the parapet of the bridge. I heard no splash, so I believe it landed on the supports and so may be lodged there. If indeed I am being watched, then it would incriminate me and expose our entire endeavor, if I were seen to fetch it. But should you, good doctor, make your way beneath the bridge and retrieve the fuse wire, our mission to remove the king will be safeguarded, and I would be eternally grateful.
Sounds easy enough, I suppose.
Have you found my fuse wire?
First things first, I wanna see more lore.
I was just wondering, how did a chap like you get mixed up in a plot to remove the King of England?
I was originally a son of York. Both my parents were Protestant, devoted worshippers in the English church.
Then how come you're on the side of the Catholics?
My mother's family were Catholics, and when my father died, she married again. A Catholic. I converted to the faith of my mother's family and left for Europe, where I fought for Spain against the Dutch Protestants. That was where I learned the craft of gunpowder.
Okay. What's your role?
So that's your part of the plot. You're the explosives expert.
I am just a simple soldier, Doctor. I will set the fuse below Parliament and light it.
Your comrades?
Tell me about the other conspirators.
We are a gathering of loyal Catholics from all walks of life. Robert Catesby is the instigator of the plan, and each of us has their role to play.
And why are you
Don't
doing
you think
this?
murdering the king is going a bit far?
This is not murder, this is the work of God. We are God's true soldiers in this endeavour. The Protestant monarchy and people of England have been condemning themselves to hellfire. What I do for the good of the nation and the souls of our people.
In that case, goodbye. We need wire, we need sleeping thingamajig, and we need something from the orphan. Orphan was... I think we need to go this way to get back to the orphan and such. So let's do it. And Vonix likes Doctor Who, and I am happy to hear because I like it too. Oh, we can pick a location. Is this it? Not too sure. Interesting. Yeah, this is it. One of these plants was a sleeping one. Doctor says no time to pick flowers. Maybe we need to first speak with the flower lady. So let's do it. And while we are here, we can also speak with the boy, which is over here.
You've got to be faster than that.
Oh, shoot. Seems like we will be needing to chase him. Maybe there is a way to trap him here. I am not sure what you mean by that. Won't work. We need to find something to trap him in there, I suppose.
So what's the news in London?
I ain't got time for gossip.
Stay away from me.
I need to find something we can use to plug up the hole in the fence. No idea what that might be, but hopefully we can find it. While we are here, let's talk with this lady.
Good evening, sir. I am Alice Flowers, purveyor of fine herbs, remedies, and other wards against pox, pestilence, and ill vapours in these dark times.
Hello, Alice. I'm the doctor.
How is
How
business?
is business?
As long as plague and pestilence haunts the land, there will always be a call for my medicines.
What pestilences are about?
The flux and the sweating sickness is ever present in London, but what we truly fear is a return of the plague. Fortunately, I have the remedies to cure or ease many of these ailments.
What do you know about the plague?
We must be ever vigilant for signs of the plague. Not 50 years ago, it took almost a quarter of all souls in London. Since then, by God's grace, the outbreaks have been much less severe. Yet when it comes, there's no hiding from its deadly touch. Not for anyone, young or old, rich or poor.
What remedies do you sell?
Many herbs, sir, in preparations to relieve all kinds of maladies.
Say I had, I don't know, a toothache. What would you prescribe?
Primrose root in vinegar, snuffed up the nose works a treat. All the sneeze wart, or crowfoot, and chewy mustard seed will do it too. I have them all here, sir. Everything but leeches.
Leeches?
Those who are very sick should take a regular course of bleeding, but that is a surgeon's work, not mine.
Well, happily, I'm perfectly healthy.
It is quite safe and healthy, and leeches are only used on those afraid of the physician's lancet.
I'm looking for something to help me sleep.
I can mix you such a draught, but I require the leaf of valerian. Bring some to me.
Leaf of valerian. Well, shucks.
You're gonna have to try harder than that to catch me. You ain't getting your hands on me.
I will slap the heck out of that orphan. Okay, let's go grab the leaf that we need. This is it. Sadly, I still don't know how to plug up the hole in the fence, so let's look around for guidance. Let's see. I mean, if I had to guess, it will probably be somewhere nearby.
Stop following me!
Something around here has to be the thing we need, I think. I don't see anything that could be used. Well, the Jacobians could only have dreamed of having a tap in their house. They had to fetch water from a well or the river. Unfortunately, people emptied their wastewater into the river as well, so drinking water was a source of infection and disease. It was actually safer to drink beer, as the water in the beer was boiled and free from bacteria.
Hear ye, hear ye. King James to open Parliament on the morrow.
Interesting.
There you go, my dear. A draft that would knock out the devil himself.
So that's one objective complete. For the second objective, we still need to find something that can plug the holes and such. I don't know what that would be, but I don't see anything. I mean, it would have to be something around here. I think birch rod. Birching meant beating a person across the backside with a bundle of birch twigs. It was once a common punishment in schools, usually just for boys, but it could take place in courts for minor offenses. Birching was not abolished in Britain until 1948. And some people still do it in their bedrooms, which is quite fun. Let's see. What's this? Oh. Whip and top. This was a game of skill. You had to wind the top with the whip and then keep the top going by whipping it. The top was often made of wood and shaped so that it balanced on the point. The whip was wrapped around grooves in the top before being jerked away to set the top spinning. Children's toys and games were usually simple and cheap. Some like hopscotch and marbles are still played today. Well, nowadays most people play Fortnite, unfortunately, instead of actual board games and such. But that's not so bad in my opinion, that's actually alright. Although personally I don't quite like multiplayer games. I mainly prefer either cooperative ones or single player ones. Well, welcome back, Vonix.
Stop following me!
You didn't miss much. Basically just me still trying to find a way to plug the hole in the fence.
Stay away from me! You ain't getting your hands on me!
I don't know how to block the freaking hole. I need to create a trap for Barnaby when he comes through here. Maybe I can find something nearby to create a trap with. What would that be?
You're gonna have to try harder than that to catch me!
I have no idea what they want from me.
You've gotta be faster than that!
I will freaking slap him across the plane. Can I use this maybe? No. 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 You had to talk with your mom. I hope it went well. Do you have any ideas what I could do to plug up the hole in the fence?
You ain't getting your hands on me!
So what's going on around town?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, I am quite lost at the moment. I have no idea. It says something close by, so I assume it has to be... That's just plants. Has to be something around here, I suppose. I don't see anything pickable though. I mean, this could be it, but cannot be picked up. These are just facts, not pickable items. I do be quite lost at the moment.
So what's the news in London?
Poor Francis Drake. How could a hero of the nation be held for treason?
I suppose... Yeah, I have literally no idea what they want from me.
Well met again, Doctor Sir. I hope there are no more sorceress gates giving you problems. You must excuse me. I must be on my way.
I do be confused. No idea. There is a rope. really well hidden rope that was not visible at all. We should tease Speedy over there a few issues. Nice. Time to catch the criminal.
Stop following me! Let me go!
Not until you hand over something that isn't yours.
I didn't do nothing! Let me go, or I'll get the watch on you!
I think they'll be rather more interested in you than me. You and the parliamentary seal you stole, so give it to me, or...
Alright! Here you go.
Poor fella has his head clipped in the freaking boot. That ought to cause some brain damage, I suppose. Poor fella indeed. So... that's 2 out of 3 tasks finished. Third one is in the location, I think. Ah, the game decided to say goodnight, I suppose. Let me reboot it. Hopefully it will work. Don't know why it decided to close on me. I hope it autosaved. Yeah. Hopefully it autosaved. What is this option over here? Continue. Okay. Well, that sucks. Oh my god, why is this so? There we go. Seems like we need to do stuff again. Let's start with the wire this time around, I suppose. Beer barrel. Most people, including children, drank beer as their normal everyday drink, as water could not be trusted to be safe. The main ingredients were barley, water, and yeast, possibly with some herbs for flavoring. Boiling the ingredients to make the beer killed the bacteria, so it was a lot less dangerous than drinking water. Okay, that's the way downstairs, I suppose. Priest holes. Anybody found carrying symbols of the Catholic religion or taking part in Catholic Mass was fined or imprisoned. Catholic priests were often tortured and, if found guilty of treason, were executed. Many wealthy Catholic families celebrated Mass in secret in their homes, hiding priests in specially constructed hiding places to protect them. Hopefully it won't crash again, that would be unfortunate. Now we need to find a wire. This bridge doesn't look like it will hold my weight. Okay, we cannot go that way, I suppose. It's a bit unfortunate that the game crashed, that's for sure. The barge is secured to these mooring posts by a thick hemp rope. If I untie it, the barge will drift away. Well, do it. Maybe we need to use this on it. Apparently not. Okay. Okay, this one works apparently. And now this one. I see. And suddenly we have a bridge, which we can use to do something, I suppose. We are looking for a wire. Ducking stool. Ducking was a form of punishment for things such as scolding or backbiting, and particularly for supposed witches. The victim was tied to a chair and hung from ropes above a pond or a river, then lowered into the water. Accused witches were dunked into the river to see if they were innocent or guilty. If they floated, they were considered guilty and executed. If they sank, they were innocent, but died by drowning. It's to see you dance. This is the wire. Okay. Now we can go back, I suppose. I hope it doesn't crash again. Let's give you the freaking fuse wire.
Here you go, Guido, your fuse wire.
Is it safe? I don't think it's safe. Fortunately, I don't think it's safe. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. At least we kind of know what to do. We will do what must be done. Please don't crash. Let's start with the boy, since that seems to be the easier option to do. We just need to pick up this rope. Now we can put the rope over here. It isn't lit up yet.
You ain't getting your hands on me!
We need to first see him go through. Now we can put the rope there. And hopefully it won't crash.
You're gonna have to try harder than that to catch me!
Okay.
Let me go!
Not until you hand over something
I
that isn't
sadly
yours.
I didn't do nothing! Let me go!
cannot skip
or
the
I'll get
dialogue.
watch on you.
I think they'll be rather more interested in you than me. You
Even
and the
though we already
parliamentary
seen
seal
it.
you stole, so give it to me, or...
Alright! Here you go.
And my thought is that maybe it crashed because we completed both things at once. So now that we completed one, Let's try to go ahead and finish it, and then we will come back to the third one. Maybe that will prevent it from crashing, we shall see. I hope it doesn't crash again. Okay. Loading. Okay, it didn't crash. That's a good sign, I suppose. Which one wanted the... I think it was this fella over here that wanted the freaking parliamentary seal.
I think this is what you've been looking for, and don't worry, Catesby doesn't suspect a thing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ah, my friend. How may I help?
Tell me a little about yourself.
I am Thomas Percy. I have been many things in my time, a soldier and adventurer. Indeed, I even played my part in seating the Scottish king on our English throne.
Then why are you part of the plan to kill him?
Because James has reneged on his promises of tolerance towards the Catholics. I told Catesby a year ago I would kill the king with my own bare hands if I had the chance. He asked me to bide my time, because he has a plan.
It says saving, so I will hope it is actually safe. Because if it isn't and it crashes again, I will be quite disappointed. But you know what? That is what happens when you play very old game that is no longer available for sale. You kind of have to put into account that these games haven't been updated in years, so some bugs and such are bound to happen, and there is not much you can do about it, unfortunately. But that's okay, we can deal with it. Let's speak with the... where she is? There she is. Let's speak with the lady.
Good evening, sir.
Sadly cannot
I
skip
am
it.
Alice Flowers, purveyor of fine herbs, remedies, and other wards against pox, pestilence, and ill vapours in these dark times.
Hello, Alice. I'm the doctor.
We need potion.
I'm looking for something to help me sleep.
I can mix you such a draught, but I require the leaf of valerian. Bring some to me.
Easy peasy, let's do it. The exit door is over there. But yeah, it's just what it is. It happens with these older games. I don't mind it too much, but if it prevents us from progressing, then it do be kind of annoying. That's... Hopefully it will now work though. Hopefully it was just a one-time glitch. And by doing the side quests in a different order, hopefully we were able to fix it up. Yes, we shall see. But yeah, it happens.
There you go, my dear.
Hear
A draft
ye,
that
hear
would knock
ye.
out the devil
King
himself.
James to open Parliament on the morrow.
Now let's hope the game doesn't crash again. It seems like it didn't crash. Therefore, I feel less...
Do you have what I need?
worried about it. The task.
What was it you wanted me to find again?
A sleeping draft. A herbal preparation to put a child to sleep.
Apparently we need to do it through the inventory. Okay.
One sleeping potion. Don't drink it all at once.
Excellent. You are truly dedicated to the cause. For these favours, the new Catholic England will be most grateful. You must join us later for our final preparations in the Duck and Drake. 4 raps on the door will allow you entry to our gathering. There, the full scope of our plans will be revealed.
Another loading screen. Hopefully we can finish this story without any more crashes.
This stuff glows like Lady Winter's eyes.
Is that what Rutans are made from?
Could be. They are horrible. Big glowing jelly things. There's loads of this stuff around here.
Which means that Lady Winters can't be too far away.
Thank you for the beach ball. Are we following the green? I think we are. Shouldn't be too difficult, to be honest. We just need to avoid the stare of the Sontarans. Was close. Guess we can sneak past now. I think this is the way to go. Oh, I didn't expect him to turn around. You know what, that's fair. I wish we had like something to bonk them with. What is this? Gloop. A handful of green sticky jelly-like substance. Interesting. Okay, now that we know that they turn around, let's take our distance and let's not boop into them. Because that would be unfortunate. Fortunate game over screen. Now we know one of them will come from there, so let's wait. And now that we also know that that one turns around, we should probably hide, maybe in this corner over here. And wait for him to go past us, so that we can sneak through safely. Easy peasy. And there is another one over there, which is a bit worrisome. Okay, where do we need to go? To the other side, I think. Okay. Let's do it. I don't see any Sontarans in this direction. So hopefully we are safe to go through here. There is one over there, but...
How are we gonna get past this one? It doesn't look like there's a way around.
I'll think of something. Maybe I can get as far as that bridge when he's not looking.
Oh, he's coming this way. What do we need to do? I forgot. Whoa. Will that help us in some way? Will he fall or something? You know what?
Whoa,
That's actually smart.
You went down like a sack of spuds. I thought Sontarans were tough.
The plank whacked him here, right on the back of the neck.
That is handy to know.
Can we now do this to them? That would be fun. Can you imagine we pick up some hammer or
Looks like
something?
someone else has figured out how to deal with Sontarans.
Could it be the Rutan?
Could be. But when did the Rutans start using marbles?
That's it. That's the ship we're after. I just hope no one's at home.
Me too. Ladies first.
Are we visiting alien ship? That's exciting. Looks like something from Sam from Half-Life.
Well, this doesn't look healthy.
Well, best not to stay static. Just charge it. Get it?
Is that a joke? Maybe I'll just pretend it was just buzzing in my ears.
Looks like it's going to be interesting, I suppose. Oh. I guess you just need to time it, kind of. We should be safe over here. Oh, shoot. Oh my god. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Viridian. Okay, let me pause the game. Hello, Viridian. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you once again. Thank you so much for the light. Let me give you a shout out real quick. If I can do it, hopefully. Okay, it works, nice.
Oh my god. Come here. Come here. Oh.
But yeah, it's really nice to see you come by. I'm always happy to see you come by. You started Blue Fire and I missed it. Oh my god. I will need to watch the VOD of it because I really wanted to see you play through it. I'm glad you liked the game. I think I just died despite being paused. Interesting. But yeah, I will definitely want to see you play that game. I hope I can catch your next stream when you stream it next time, because Blue Fire is, in my opinion, a very lovely game. And this game seems to be bugging out a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, the little character is very cute. It's very reminiscent of the Hollow Knight, but in 3D, and I think that's like a really cool idea for a game. I played it like about 2 years ago, I think, and I really enjoyed it. So I am glad that Viridian decided to give it a try as well. It's a very lovely game. Now, I am at the moment playing Doctor Who, the adventure games. This is the 5th chapter, which is the Gunpowder plot, and we are currently trying to infiltrate some alien spaceship. We need to time our movements carefully because there is some electricity in the air. And I think we need to press these spots in some order to disable the gate.
Cheese.
Seems like we are on our way to succeed. Also, thank you so much for the follow, Siamax. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I think there are 2 more pots somewhere. I mean, I don't know what this is, but I call it a pot. Kind of looks like pot. This looks like a beehive. Oh my god, we will get... Hopefully I can find the remaining... They have to be somewhere this way, I think. Hopefully. There is one. Seems like we need to find one more. If I had to guess, it would be somewhere around here maybe. Nice. Now we just need to avoid getting electrocuted. And I think we are good to proceed.
Well, this looks important. All the pipes and tubes seem to join up here, into that thing in the middle.
And it looks like it's still busy repairing itself from the crash. But it knows we're here. Wait, I recognize that noise. Get down! My stupid face! Get behind some cover!
It doesn't actually seem interested. Perhaps it took issue with your dress sense.
I could have been killed there. It's not funny. Well, if you're not too busy watching this thing try to fry me, perhaps you could do something.
Okay, let me figure something out.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of Sen for some reason. Especially these enemies, they look like those things that were like, I think, plants or something on Sen. Well, we need to do something, but I'm not sure what. In our inventory, there is a rusty bolt with a very sharp edge and some wood. I don't know if that will be useful for anything. I guess I could try. That doesn't work. Okay. Let's see.
Any
Let's
idea
start
why
with
it
a...
doesn't like you?
I don't know. My musical taste? Maybe my terrible choice in husbands. Perhaps it's something I'm carrying. Or something you're carrying that makes you appear as a friend.
Oh, we need more goop, I think.
Why on earth do I want that? Oh, slimy.
Yes, but like you said, it's the stuff the Routons are made from. Well, there's your answer.
My favorite game of all time, well... Definitely in my top 5 is the classic Spyro trilogy, but if I had to pick one of them, it would be the third one, the Year of the Dragon. Then in the top 5 I would probably also have Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is also a lovely game from Nintendo 64. Now the other 3, I'm not too sure. Hollow Knight would probably be one of them as well, because Hollow Knight is just really lovely. I don't know what would be the other 2, but in the top 5 definitely Hollow Knight, Spyro and Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's definitely in the top 3. I guess maybe... I'm trying to think what will be a good game that I spent the most time in. I mean, technically speaking, maybe also Portal, because I like, especially Portal 2, because I like Portal 2 story, and also the many mods that have been made for Portal 2, I think that's a really good game. Yes, Spyro is a 3D platformer and very cute. And Conker's Bad Fur Day is also a 3D platformer, but kind of R-rated with adult humor in it, which is fun. And yeah, Portal is just Portal is just lovely. I am hoping I can maybe someday play through it on stream. I think that would be quite fun, but we shall see. The cake is indeed a lie. But yeah, that's the top 4. I don't know what would be the 5th game, to be honest. But definitely Hollow Knight, Portal, and Conker's Bad Fur Day and Spyro are the top 4. That's for sure. I guess the 5th one could be something like maybe GTA San Andreas, because that's also something I spent a lot of time in, especially with the modding, because there was so many cool mods that you could install into it. Door panel. Okay. I'm just exploring. I don't see anything else, so let's open the door. Looks like some sort of a button. It doesn't seem to want to open. Maybe it doesn't recognize me. Let's goop it up. Yeah, I used to play a lot of San Andreas multiplayer back in the day.
But some of it looks fresh,
New growth, like it's been repairing itself. Maybe it's getting ready to take off.
Wonder what this is. It looks sort of familiar.
And it looks like there's another one missing.
Did you hear that?
Someone needs our help, apparently. But yeah, San Andreas multiplayer, that was something I spent way too much hours in when I was in school. That was like one of my favorite things to do after school. Yeah, there was a lot of minis in it, that's true, but it was fun. I especially played the... what was the name of it? The MTA San Andreas, where you played like derby with some insane maps and such. That was really fun. Vonix says ovo, Siamax says uvu. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I keep hearing someone yelling at me, but I don't see anyone anywhere. Use control panel. So many controls, I feel like a music producer. Looks like an empty slot for something. It must be for another one of those orbs. A door. Power rod housing. This alien tech is very strange. Must be part of the engine or something. Can I do anything about it? I don't know where the noise is coming from. Let's try the other door. There he is.
Get me out of here! Get me out!
Calm down, calm down. Look, we'll have you free soon. Are you Charlie?
Yeah? Who are you?
I'm Amy, and this is my husband Rory. We've been looking for you.
Why? I ain't done nothing.
His hands are bound into the fabric of the regrowing ship. I'll need something sharp to cut him free. Well, thankfully I still have the freaking rusty ball. Hopefully he doesn't get the
You be careful
tetanus.
with that.
Keep still.
How can I keep still when you're about to cut me open?
Shh.
You have to go now. Yeah, thank you so much for coming
So,
by.
you're Charlie.
What if
I hope you have a
You're
wonderful
two of
day.
them, aren't you? The green monsters.
No,
And
you're
thank you for the fun
Yeah,
conversation.
you're Sam.
Hey!
Free him and he goes and steals the other orb. Well, but it looks like he's dropped something.
Well, he certainly knows how to take out Sontarans. He's got guts anyway.
He's gonna have trouble if he runs into them again without these.
Maybe. But at least we don't have to sneak around Karsh and his men anymore. Time for some David and Goliath action.
David and Goliath, actually. Interesting. Hope you have a wonderful day too. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bye. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Also, thank you so much, Viridian, for the raid. I really appreciate it. It's very lovely of you. Thank you. Seems like we finally have a weapon to deal with the enemies. You can shoot when you see the shoot icon. I don't see what button is needed. Hopefully we will figure it out. What can I do? There we go. So I guess our job now is to backtrack and find Charlie and get back the orb. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. Now, if I had to guess, we can only shoot them when they are facing the other direction. So let's wait for this one to turn around. There we go. And now let's attempt to shoot him. Nice. Examine. This Sontaran has been knocked out cold. Finally we can at least knock them out. Instead of just avoiding them. I don't know which way we need to go. That one doesn't seem to be turning around anytime soon. That one also doesn't seem to be wanting to turn around, so these two directions are probably not the way to go. This seems like it's a dead end, unfortunately, so I think there is only one way to choose, which is across the bridge and to the right. Thankfully, the Sontarans are very short-sighted. They cannot see in too much of a distance, which is nice. Allows us to sneak past very nicely. Another one over there, which is fine. This leads where? Let's check where this leads. This is the other side of the place we've been to. Those seem to lead somewhere. Maybe it's a shortcut. Okay, I see a Sontaran. Will he turn around? Doesn't seem like it. We can sneak past those, that's fine. Seems like we did a loop-de-loop. I think we need to go past that one, because that one is patrolling. Therefore we should be able to knock him out. We do need to wait a little bit though, before he turns around. Shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. There we go, that's our chance. He is KO. He's been knocked out cold. You love to see it. I still have no idea where is our goal. What is this? Football? Pigs' bladders were blown up to make footballs. King James I first banned people from playing football, thinking it a rough and violent game. Football was then a very vicious game with no teams and no rules. People liked playing it though, and its popularity continued. Interesting little lore, I suppose. This is like a maze. It's like a maze and I have no idea if I'm going the right way or not. Another patrolling unit. Will he come all the way here or will he turn around? Seems like he's coming. Ah, he stopped. Okay, we can croak him out if we hurry up. Nothing in there. It's another one down. Oh, we need to follow the gloop trail, I forgot. That's why I was getting bamboozled by the directions. Well, now that we have figured it out, at least we know where to go. Look at Amy over there, taking the long way around. While we are the...
We better talk to the doctor. I wonder how he's getting on with Guy Fawkes and the other plotters.
We are the husband that runs far ahead. It happens. Another cutscene.
Looks like it's time to roll out the barrel, even if it is full of gunpowder.
All this planning is thirsty work, I can tell you that. The Dock and Drake is an excellent place in which to discuss our next move. You and your stomach, Guy. God forbid that you should ever be separated from it. God forbid any of us should be separated from our guts. I dare not think what the King's men would do to us should they learn about that.
You men should be thinking of victory, not failure. No doubt that is what you will drink to later.
Doctor?
Guido, me old mate.
Hush! Do you want to bring King James's spies down on us? Come in.
Hello, hello. Hello, I'm the doctor.
Allow me to introduce Lady Elizabeth Winters.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, my lady. I hope we can be friends.
It seems we are all conspirators here, Doctor.
So, to business.
Everything is prepared for tomorrow's opening of Parliament?
There are 41 kegs of powder installed in the Undercroft.
Wouldn't 36 be enough?
Fawkes fought for the Spanish. He has adequate experience in the arts of gunpowder, Doctor.
Oh, of course. Ignore me.
Fawkes will stay with the barrels tonight and prepare the fuse. We others shall ride for Warwickshire to drug the young Princess Elizabeth. When James is dead, we shall install her on the throne in the eyes of God. Once married to a Catholic, she will be our rightful queen.
After the fuse is lit, I shall escape across the Thames by boat and make my way to Flanders to explain our actions and intentions to the European courts.
May God preserve us in his undertaking. And God save our new Catholic queen.
Our queen!
I'm still unsure about the green screen eyes of the lady.
Killing you would be so easy, Doctor.
Hardly worth bothering then, as I only want to help you.
Your name echoes across the universe, Time Lord. Why would you help the Rutans?
Well, because I'm partly responsible for your ship being buried under Parliament, it was my Tardis you ran into 400 years ago. Also, because your ship being there is causing a dimensional disturbance across London, and because the Sontarans know you're here, and I don't want anyone getting caught in the crossfire.
And what of the English king and his parliament?
The king won't die, Parliament won't be destroyed. I won't have you hijacking the Gunpowder plot, messing up the timeline, and robbing kids of 400 years of bonfire nights.
After so long in suspension, our engines require the kinetic momentum of the explosion to engage. So how can we launch with that building above us?
I can help you. Because believe me, I want you gone.
Doctor, are you alright?
Ah, Pons, allow me to introduce Lady Elizabeth Winters, Rutan of this parish. Did you find her ship? Yes. Then so can the Sontarans. You don't have much time.
When the ship crashed, we lost 2 energy conversion rods. Without them, the ship can't launch. But the rods are indestructible. We must be close by.
Sounds like a job for the Pons.
Okay.
Glowing rods on London Bridge. Why do we always get the good jobs?
Stop complaining. We've got a job to do. Where to start?
I will assume that whatever
Up
we
there,
need to...
Isn't the hand of that clock glowing?
Yeah, but where's the other one?
No way. Is the other one that weird tree
Look
in the
down there.
beginning?
Hey, result!
No, never mind. Okay. For a moment I was about to upload that there was... that it wasn't a visual, but that was actually a meant to do thing, but you know what, maybe it is meant to do the green glow and such. Where is the clock? It was somewhere in here, wasn't it? Am I blind or am I confused? For the other one we obviously need to head downstairs, that's obvious, but how do we reach... Oh, there is the clock, okay. Now how do we get up there? Not through there. And not through there. I need to get under the bridge apparently in order to get above and beyond. Under the bridge. Under the bridge. Was there anywhere we could climb downstairs? The only place I can think of is this. So I will assume we need to go this way. Hopefully this will lead us to where we need to get. Now where do we go from here? Is a new pathway open? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, we are Amy. We can go across the planks that are on the other side that the doctor didn't want to go through. Whoops. Good thing I got the teleport shoes equipped. No dead screen in this game. Just teleport. Love to see it. Yeah, this is the way to go. Nice. What is this? This looks like a nasty hook. I wouldn't like to see that fish that can catch. Okay. We cannot go that way, so let's go this way. I am guessing this will take us to the room which was downstairs. There must be a way to drain it. Looks like mechanism for the water gate. If I close the gate, I could get across the gully. Maybe the fishing hook. Maybe the chopsticks. Apparently not. I mean, Amy could probably jump across, but she apparently cannot. Fishing line. What if we combine this with this? Now we can go fish. Now if we can do this. No. I am guessing. Actually, you know what? Interesting. Now we can use this, I think. Interesting puzzle solving, that's for sure. Although I think Amy could have jumped across without too many issues, to be honest. But it is what it is, I suppose. This gap doesn't seem too big for a lady such as Amy. Okay. But it is what it is. Let's proceed and let's find the glowing thingamajigs. Okay. Before I pick it up, let me explore. There is nothing else in this room. Got it? I wonder how Rory is doing. Oh, that's why we couldn't get to the top, because Rory was on the job. I see, I see. Those are some serious threats. What's this? This gunpowder cartridge might come in handy. It might. What? That's a snazzy outfit. Shame I don't have time to try it on. Rory do be equipping all the historical outfits apparently. I'm looking around, I don't see anything pickable or interactable. Something. Coins. Coins were made from metals like gold and silver. The value of each coin depended on the amount of metal from which it was made. There were different types of coins: shillings, sixpences, half-groats, pennies, and halfpennies, to name a few. Some merchants made their own coins out of brass or lead, but not every shop could accept them. Interesting. Locked. Why are people so security mad in the 17th century? Anyone would think crime was rife here. Although the lock looks weak. But if it looks weak, apparently we cannot picklock it. We cannot shoot it. We can use this on it though. It fits snugly in the keyhole. The basket cartridge is in the lock. Now I just need to create a spark. Ah, see. This could technically do sparks. I was correct. I was thinking about saying a spell from Harry Potter, but I forgot the name of it. The one that opened the locks. What was the spell? Oh my god, my brain. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, we can now pick up this. It's a novel use for an extra D arrestor power. I'll give them that.
Okay, next time, you go low and I'll go high.
But you said heights bothered you.
Yeah, but I'd rather be a bit scared than covered in wet, cold mud.
Well, that's done.
So none of this would have happened but for your infernal Tardis. 400 years my crew has been in suspended animation, Doctor.
Well, we can all do with a good lie-in once in a while.
Hot.
No! Stop it! Stop it! There was absolutely no need for that.
What does it matter? It was a Sontaran. They'll clone another 20 just like him.
All life matters.
Yes. Well, if your stupid craft hadn't stopped us, the issue would be irrelevant.
I guess we just put them in here.
Come on, let's get out of here.
What do you mean, irrelevant?
Have brought my ship back to life.
What do you mean, irrelevant?
We were on our way to the ceremonial annihilation of the entire Sontaran species.
Ceremonial annihilation. Routines of a pretty perverted sense of pageantry.
Our ship carried 2 doomsday weapons. Genetic bombs that would wipe the Sontarans from existence and end 10,000 years of war. One was lost in the crash, but all we need is that which remains. And now we will soon be free to use it. Thank you, Doctor.
Stop!
Doctor! Satan shakes the earth in rage at our rightful quest, but he shall not stop us! Come! Help me!
Yes, I think I better.
Follow me, Doctor. We must check on the powder. If it is spoiled, all our plans will be undone.
Powder can be spoiled? I didn't know that.
Hold on there, Guido. Slow down.
Did he go this way? Oop.
Ah! There you are, Guido. Are you all right?
By the grace of God, yes. But the corridor is blocked, and there is no other exit from here.
Don't worry. I'll think of something. Now, what do we have here?
What do we have here? A weapon. Why did he turn it the other way? Okay, we need to put the ball in there. We also need gunpowder.
In the other room. I'm going to have to be very careful where I point this cannon.
And don't we also need a stick to stick it in there? Maybe not, I suppose. Let's start with the gunpowder. Let's put in a cannonball. Doctor is refusing to do what I am telling him. That's not going to be effective. Yeah, because we need the... What do we need? Something we need. Now we can shoot. Hopefully. Oh. Backwards opening of doors.
Nearly
Nice.
there. I'll be glad when we're far away from Parliament. Run! Amy, this way!
Oh my god, it's Crash Bandicoot. Where is a duck? I don't see a duck. Gunpowder was invented in China over 8,000 years ago. Charcoal, sulfur and saltpeter were used to make gunpowder. To celebrate surviving the plot, James I first ordered there should be a great bonfire on November 5th. It was traditional to burn an effigy of the Pope rather than Guy Fawkes on top of the fire. Okay. Interesting lore.
Faster!
Well, I am going as fast as I can. There is no sprint button, unfortunately. I think I died. How many Doctor Who games? Well, this is the 5th one.
Nearly there.
Although technically still the
I'll be glad
first.
when we're far away from Parliament. Run! Amy, this way!
No. I probably won't play every single Doctor Who game because not all of them are playable at the current time.
Faster!
But those that can be played, I will probably eventually play.
41 kegs. 5 of them need to be moved next door into that room. And that's where you should light the fuse.
What is this? You seek to tell me my own business?
No, just make sure things are done properly. Look, trust me. We'll need 36 barrels of gunpowder in here. Oh, and you need to set the fuse now.
Now? King James doesn't arrive until the morrow.
Listen to me, Guido, Guy, whichever. I have information that the king has come to Parliament tonight for a secret meeting. You must set the fuse now.
Doctor!
No time, no time! The Houses of Parliament are about to be blown into orbit.
Okay, they're what? Doctor, what did you just do?
Pretty neat, don't you think? The gunpowder explodes, the Rutan ship takes off. Meanwhile, Parliament is transported up here out of harm's way just for a millisecond, and no one's the wiser.
Is that the Rutans?
Yes, that'll be them.
It looks like they're coming this way.
Doctor, where is the doomsday weapon?
I have no idea. Have you lost it? You know, you really can't be too careful with doomsday weapons.
Your friends have taken it, and now we're coming to take it back.
We don't know anything about any weapon, okay?
Surrender it, or we will destroy you all.
Is the doomsday weapon the balls of the boy that he stole? Could be.
Get off me!
Well, what do we have here?
I'm a boy. Question is, what the hell are you, a flaming goblin?
Field Major Kosh, the Avix patrol has come under Rutan attack.
So, they have returned. Perhaps the weapon is still here. We may yet have a chance to turn the tables on the Rutan host. Question him.
Yeah, I think the balls are the weapon.
It's gotta be that orb thing that Charlie ran off with. That must be the Doomsday weapon.
Thing
Yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
it looked familiar.
Familiar?
When I was at Black Rod's treasure room, there's an orb just like it set in the ceremonial mace.
Of course you did. The Rootons lost a second Doomsday weapon when they crashed here. It's quite pretty for a weapon. Someone decided to incorporate it in the mace.
And we think we know who has the other one.
Charlie, yes, I heard.
You heard? You weren't even in the room.
Sound carries in the Tardis. Have you never noticed that? I hear everything.
You hear everything?
I sometimes wear earplugs. Now, catch.
And this is...
It emits an electromagnetic pulse that will stun the Rootons. However, it'll need fixing before you go around pointing it at anything.
And where are you off to now?
We need to find both Doomsday weapons before either the Rootons or the Sontarans.
The Sontarans?
Of course, you don't think they'd be so worried about just any Rooton ship buried under Parliament, do you? They knew about the Doomsday weapons. If they get their hands on one, they could adapt it to destroy the Rootons. Exactly as the Rootons were going to destroy them.
Maybe we should just leave them to it.
We can't. Never mind the immorality of genocide, we have to get Parliament back to Earth, and we can't do that with Sontarans and Rootons marching stroke floating about.
So we've got to find Charlie.
You find Charlie, I'm going to find Black Rod.
We should split up. We'll cover more ground faster.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. This is a long episode of Doctor Who. But to be fair, there is a lot of stuff going on. You have the enemies, these ones, the shapeshifters. Then there are also Sontarans. And then there are also the Gunpowder plot thingies going on. Where do I need to go? Lots of stuff happening. And 3 characters to deal with as well. I think I just need to go straight forward. That worked. This can be good.
So much for transporting Parliament out of harm's way. Poor criminals are really going to have their hands full on this one.
Okay.
Oh, what stupid idea was this? Go find Charlie, let's split up. Why does it always end up with me getting shot at?
Who knows? Find Charlie is our objective. Isn't that Charlie over there in the corner? You know what? That's probably just a armor. Fine. I'm not sure where he would be hidden. Oh, I didn't expect that fella to go. Maybe upstairs? Tragedy of Macbeth. The Tragedy of Macbeth is a play by William Shakespeare written sometime between 1603 and 1607. It is believed that it was written in honor of James I and that Shakespeare included references to the Gunpowder plot within the play. William Shakespeare wrote at least 37 plays during his life. The only pictures of Shakespeare that exist were all created after he died. So we don't really know what he looked like. Is this? This is blocked. Oh, they can shoot through walls. Of course they can. And I don't have freaking weapons. So that's not good. Cannot go that way. Cannot go downstairs because they are protecting that. I think we just need to avoid this fella over here. Need to let him go through and sneak past. I think that's the way to do it.
Where is the Rutan weapon?
I don't know what you're on about. I want to go home. My sister Annie, she's sick.
I know it's been a difficult day with aliens and Parliament floating in space and everything, but believe me, I've got a plan, and it's a good plan, and this is part of the plan. My very, very good plan, if you just put the sword down so the plan doesn't come to an abrupt and frankly messy end, and I'll explain everything.
Sir, I've had my mind lost to hairless devils, been attacked by giant orbs of flying light, and been blasted into the ether by plotters determined to kill my sovereign. The only thing of which I am sure is the yard of cold steel in my hand, and my determination to run it through your gizzard.
Well, since you put it like that, I can, of course, sense the tension in the room. And tension is never good, not when a lot of it is humming down the blade of a sword. So, tell me, what can I do to turn this around and gain your trust?
Your mace is not what it seems. Put your sword down. The king is in danger. Sontar. Yeah, the king is in danger.
The king won't stand a chance.
The king? What do you know of the king?
He is in grave danger.
This I know. A letter was sent to Lord Salisbury, a warning of a Catholic plot. Yet this is only knowledge to Salisbury and his agents. Or the plotters themselves.
I know all about the plot.
Of course, the letter, the Monteagle letter. Of course you'll have seen it by now.
What trickery is this? How could you know of the letter?
William Parker, Baron Monteagle, he received an anonymous letter, didn't he? Warning him to stay away from Parliament, and, as a good Englishman, he showed it to Salisbury.
Your knowledge of events is indeed extensive. But still, these things fail to satisfy me on which side your allegiances lie.
I guarantee you, sir, Lord Salisbury will be really disappointed if you run me through.
Speak not of those of whom you know nothing, knave.
Lord Robert Cecil, 1st Earl of Salisbury, spymaster to King James, defender of England, and Bob to his friends, and Bob to me. Run me through, and you'll really get Bob annoyed.
Your silver tongue spins a fine tale, sir. But you will have to try harder than that to save your skin.
I'm one of Salisbury's agents, codename the Doctor.
This may be the case, but how am I to know? You may be a double agent, sir.
No, really. Double agents, triple agents. I had enough of that in the 50s. It gets quite confusing after a while.
You know much of the current situation. Perhaps you speak the truth. Can you prove this?
I have my credentials right here. Just let me show them to you.
Fair. Bada bing, bada boom. It was easy.
I apologize. I truly do, sir. But I hope you understand my predicament.
Ah, come on. And you've brought a gun. You really shouldn't have.
I still cannot get used to how Rory looks. He looks nothing like the Rory in the series. Oh my god. Look at him. That's not Rory. That's some look-alike. Union flag. When King James VI of Scotland became King James I of England, he decided that he needed a new flag to be a symbol of the two countries. The English flag, a red cross on a white background, and the Scottish flag, a diagonal white cross on a blue background, were combined. Designing the flag took several attempts. There were arguments about whose flag was to be on the top. This old gun is never going to fire again. I hear the silence. Oh my god, there is a silence guy. Oh my god, they have the silence in this game. Look at him. Oh my god. Do you think he will disappear when I turn around? That's such a cool Easter egg. I didn't expect to see such Easter egg in this game. Oh my god. Yep, he's gone. He's forgotten. Dude, that was amazing. I love it. Such a cool little Easter egg, you know. Sugar was extremely expensive as it had to be brought into the country. It was a luxury item only for the very rich. If you had black teeth at the time, it showed that you were rich enough to eat sugar. Some people intentionally blackened their teeth as a fashion statement and to appear richer than they really were. Most people used honey instead as it was far less expensive. It just required bees to make it. Seems like I picked up something. Oh my god, that silence cameo was really something. Oh my god. Hornbooks were used by children who were learning to read and were common in the classroom. A sheet of paper with the alphabet or times tables written on it was mounted onto a wooden board with a handle. The paper was protected by a thin layer of clear animal horn. Children learned by rote, where you learn something by simply repeating it over and over again. Interesting. I don't see anything else in this room, but I am blown away by the fact that the developers put in a freaking silence Easter egg, you know. I don't even know what triggered it. I don't think we can re-trigger it though. But damn, that was probably my favorite part of this game so far. Oh yeah, I need to fix. Let's see, combine this with this. I doubt that will work. Never mind then, let's combine this with this. That also won't work. What am I supposed to do? I could maybe put something on the musket. Okay. 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 Now we can combine it, I assume. I keep forgetting to press the lower button. There we go.
Well, it almost looks like a sort of gun.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are again. You're not a nurse, you're an action hero. You're not a nurse, you're an action hero.
The Centurion. Back in action, I suppose. Where do I go? Oops? What do you mean, oops?
Say hello to my little friend.
Okay, I think I managed today's one. Now I need to wait for the other one to turn around, I think. What the heck?
Hasta la vista, baby.
Terminator made an appearance. Love to see it.
I know what you are.
There we have the balls.
You will stand still.
Or at least one of them.
Field Major Karsh, or be eliminated. You will stand still and await the arrival of Field Major Karsh, or be eliminated.
Doctor?
You will be silent, or you will be eliminated.
Ah! How dare you come in here? The king will hear of this, I assure you. And when he does, he will descend upon you devils with a full weight
I
of
need
the
something
English
to
crown.
bonk him
I
with.
said silence. Your so-called king is powerless against the might of the Sontaran Empire. Sontar...
What? Did I die?
You will stand still and await the arrival of Field Major Karsh, or be eliminated.
Let's see.
Doctor?
You will be silent, or you will be eliminated.
Ah! How dare you come in here? The king will hear of this, I assure you. And when he does,
Bonk him with this.
he will descend upon...
I hate violence, but a good whack on the back of the head is the only language a Sontaran understands. Now let's take a look at this mace.
By Jesus! What witchcraft is this?
No witchcraft, just highly sophisticated tri-quantum physics. Now, a little hush, please. These things can be quite tricky, and if I make a slip up, there probably won't be a great deal left of this corner of the galaxy.
Reconfigure the Doomsday device. Oh my god. I see. This is similar to the library hacking of Scaro that we did in the first episode. It looks different, but it's very similar gameplay wise. Therefore, it shouldn't be too difficult to deal with, I don't think. It's the last one, I think. The Doomsday device has been reconfigured.
Now let's see the root and host wipe out a species with this. Thank you for your help. Ah, and don't come out until you feel the earth shake again.
Happily.
Happily.
Get off me!
You will be silent, or you will be eliminated.
There's no way I can take on both of these Sontarans. Okay, I need to distract them.
I wonder if there is more silence Easter eggs and we just missed them. Or if we've seen like 50 of them and we just forgot. Could be, could be. If you were ill, you would probably have visited an apothecary or physician. Sometimes the physician would recommend bleeding. Either leeches would be put on your skin and allowed to suck blood, or you would have a vein cut and the blood allowed to flow until it had filled a cup. Modern medicine has begun to stop using leeches again, as they help stop blood clots forming during surgery. Quill and ink were used for writing. The feathers were removed and a nib cut into one end, which was then dipped into an ink pot for writing. The poor did not get an education. By the end of the 17th century. Only about a third of men could read and only 1 in 10 women. It was very difficult to write with quill. The quill would not change direction easily and the ink would leave blots on the paper. I'm getting tongue twisted, of course. Royal wax seal was used to prevent a letter from being tampered with or opened by the wrong person. They were also used to identify the sender of the letter or document. Seals were often stamped with the sender's initials or insignia. Communication was slow and messages and letters only traveled at the speed of the fastest horses. I don't see silence anywhere, but perhaps I am just forgetting. On the night of 26th of October 1605, an anonymous and cryptic letter was delivered to the Catholic Lord Monteagle. The letter warned him of the Vroid Parliament on the day it was due to be blown up. This anonymous letter foiled the plot and has led to a number of conspiracy theories. It is even rumored that the letter was written by one of the plotters. Could be, could be. I think I need to go this way. Maybe I could get these guys to notice each other. That would be good distraction. But how?
Hey, you big jelly thing, over here!
Somehow it worked. Nice. Nice. You love to see it when plan comes together, that's for sure.
Shush! I've come to get you out.
It was easy.
Thanks, miss. And to think I thought you were one of them.
Where is the Rutan weapon?
I don't know, I swear.
Then you have no strategic value.
Amy! Amy!
He shoots, he scores.
Get freaking blown. And not in the fun way. Wasn't she just over here? Or am I confusing the corridors? I'm probably confusing the corridors to be fair. I cannot hit him from the front.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm not sure which way to go. Maybe through the open door. That would be probably the smartest way. Although it is protected by a Sontar. But we can shoot him down with the weapon when he turns around, I think. If he turns around, he does. Easy. Yeah, this is the way to go. Oh. Let's wait. Easy. Once again. You like these games so far? Me too, me too.
My last marble. I better make it count.
They do be very, very nostalgic. Really make me miss the 11th Doctor, that's for sure.
You called, my lady?
We've got to find the doctor.
Isn't this cozy?
We will take the Doomsday weapon.
The weapon is ours. Give it to me.
Oh, listen to you. You're like a bunch of kids. Mind you, anyone that's going to wage war on each other for 10,000 years is worse than kids.
We fight for the honor of Sontar.
Sontar! Do you know what I think? I don't think any of you can even remember what you went to war over in the first place.
Give me the Doomsday weapon, Doctor.
This? You want this? Or how about this?
The second weapon. You found it.
There are two?
Two Doomsday weapons, the dictionary definition of overkill, if you ask me. Or look at it another way, plenty to go round. Why not have one each? One to wipe out the Sontarans, the other reset to destroy the entire Rutan host.
What treachery is this?
I prefer to call it stalemate. Go ahead, activate your weapon. But you'll never know. You might be killing your own species.
Sontaran's laugh.
That one does.
A brilliant strategy, Doctor. You have rendered both devices ineffective. Once more, war is honorable.
War is never honorable, Field Major Karsh.
This device could have ended the bloodshed of 10 millennia, Doctor, in an instant. How many millions more lives have you now sentenced to a bloody death?
I could end the war right now. I could activate both weapons, destroy both species in an instant. And maybe you deserve it.
No!
Genocide is no solution to a war, even between Sontarans and the Rutan host. Now push off before I change my mind.
Doctor, that was brilliant.
Thank you. And for my next trick, putting Parliament back where it belongs before anyone notices.
What about Guy Fawkes?
I left him in a locked room with 36 barrels of gunpowder. And soon it'll be midnight.
Doctor! What has taken place? The door was jammed. Or locked. By God's own grace alone, I have survived. What news of the king?
He's still alive.
Then we have failed.
You still have 36 barrels of gunpowder. Your place in history is assured.
There is still a chance.
Oh, believe me, they will light bonfires in your name for centuries to come. People will know this as Guy Fawkes night.
Do you think so?
You have a part to play in history. Play it well, Guido.
Open up! Open up in the name of King James!
Oh.
Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
My favorite part was the silence Easter egg. That's for sure. The silence Easter egg blew my mind. Also the Tardis blew my mind near the beginning, that's for sure. And overall a pretty good episode, definitely an improvement over the previous 4, especially by length, because this episode actually took us almost 3 hours to finish, which is quite large. Although, to be fair, part of it is also due to the fact that it crashed and we had to repeat some steps. and we've been also lost a little bit along the way, but overall I think this was a very well written episode. Really fun game, or adventure I should say, and I am excited to see where the Doctor Who games will lead us to in the next episode, which will probably be next week, and it will be also quite interesting. But did you find the silence? I sure did, and it was beautiful. Beautiful Easter egg. I clicked OK and the game closed.